Spain is the first country which recognized Palestine and touched the hearts of the people of Palestine. What are your hopes about peace and ceasefire in Gaza?
Well, it's very important that we all work together, trying to find as soon as possible the peace.
So, do you still believe that people believe on parliament, people believe on democracy, that democracy and parliament is solution to the problems of the people everywhere in the world?
Yeah, of course. We believe in democracy, and of course you have here in Pakistan a young but a strong democracy. It's very similar than our democracy in Spain.
Hello and welcome to special edition of Program Insight in V News English. Dear viewers, today we have special guests from Spain, and that special guest is Spanish parliamentary delegation, which is currently visiting Pakistan. It's 3-member parliamentary delegation from the Senate of Spain. And this parliamentary delegation held meetings with the Chairman Senate, with certain other Pakistani cabinet ministers, and the purpose was to further enhance bilateral cooperation between Pakistan and Spain and to develop further understanding, close friendship. And we have one of the member of the Spanish parliamentary delegation, Senator.
Hi.
Senator
Antonio Gutierrez Limones.
Yes, Senator Antonio, we would like to know your feelings about your visit. How this visit is by this Senate parliamentary delegation to Pakistan. Are you satisfied with the visit, outcome of the visit?
First of all, what I feel really is the first moment I was here in Islamabad. You know, it's the hospitality of people. So, I mean, yeah, it's a nice, beautiful and friendly country. And that's my first impression because it's my first time here in Pakistan. And we are trying through the parliamentary diplomacy, to strengthen relation between the Pakistan people and the Spanish people. And we think that just having this meeting together, because this is the first time that the parliamentary from the Senate of Spain come to Pakistan, we can help each other. We can cooperate in many ways, and so that's why we have been meeting with the government, with ministers. And we are having meeting with both of the cameras of your parliament. And I think we have a very, very large agenda. We are here for 2 days, but I mean, I think that it's very fruitfully, and we are very happy.
Senator Antonio, Palestine is burning, Gaza is burning, and Spain was the first country which raised voice in favor of Palestine, recognized it, which the Spanish step was followed by many other European countries. So the entire Muslim world is grateful to the Spain for raising their voice and support for Palestine. So how would you like to say that currently all efforts are in vain to bring ceasefire? Human beings are being killed over there. So what do you think about peace and ceasefire in Palestine and Gaza?
Okay, yeah, as you know, my government, yes, my president, Pedro Sanchez, just said, first of all the country has to stop this war. We cannot assume anymore that every day we see, many civilians dying there, with the bombs from Israel. We can stop this. We can sit down. And the only future solution is the recognition of two states, and to...
state is the only option.
It's the only option that is right now, on the table. And we think, the Spanish government think that's the solution. And we just have to fight Pakistan and Spain, all the countries that will be in peace. And we believe we need in this small world, we need each other. We have to work together, for a better future for all of us. And we only can fight for a better future if we have peace. So it's impossible in the war, like in Palestine or Ukraine, to build the future. And that's one of the things, that's one of the goals in the items we talk of during these days with Pakistan, authority.
You have touched the hearts of the Muslims and particularly Palestinians by raising your support, your voice for them. But when we see at United Nations level, UN General Assembly, UN Security Council, every day it is raising its voice, passing its resolution. International Court of Justice has passed 2 verdicts, but Israel is not respecting UN and these all decisions.
Well, we had to keep on working on that. It's like Pakistan and Spain. Normally in the United States, we both the same because we had the same feeling about what is going on in the world. And first of all, we don't want unilateral or bilateral globalization. We believe in multilateralism. So we need to keep on working together.
Multilateralism.
Multilateralism. And we need to work together to make that possible. And that's why we are here to work together for that.
Spain has a long history of very good relations with the Muslims, and when we talk of the Muslims, they ruled over Spain for around 800 years. But currently, if we look around the world in Europe, there is a rising Islamophobia. How Islamophobia could be controlled and how interfaith harmony could be promoted?
Well, first of all, I think we need to work together for democracy and human rights and the rule of law. And we need, to teach each other and to get to know each other better. Because, and I think there is, yes, because in the moment we know each other, we know that we have the same problem, but we have the same hopes at the same time.
True.
So, and I think it's very important, the education level, so, to make sure, that we make a community more tolerant, because when we are, different, and we integrate each other and we accept each other, it's much better to, because we work together for build a better future.
So there is hope for better future, better understanding between Muslims and Christians.
Of course. I think what I said, overall, when we know each other, we know, we realize we are the same.
Love each other.
Yeah, because, we love each other, and so we have to work for a tolerance world where we accept each other and we work together.
So since you belong to the Spanish Parliament, you are visiting Pakistan, how you see Pakistani Parliament, democracy in Pakistan? Are you hopeful about the brighter democracy in Pakistan? You have met many parliamentarians.
Yeah. We met with the Senate, with different members, with different groups, with different parties, the government and the opposition. Tomorrow we are going to Lahore. We have the opportunity to meet the person from the House of Representatives. And I think, that your parliamentarian and your government is working for future. So, we are collaborate together, to make that possible.
How relations between Parliament of Pakistan and Parliament of Spain could be further promoted?
It's very, I think this is our first visit, but next year the delegation from Pakistan parliamentary will go to Spain. And so that's the first step, to have a very good relation and to help each other with our joining our parliament.
Spain has a very good agri product which is called olives. So how this particular olive, this product could be introduced in Pakistan, how Pakistan and Spain can have more trade ties, more economic ties, more cooperation in agriculture.
Okay, that's part of our job during these days. We have meeting with the ministers on investment, with the ministers of commerce, with the secretary of foreign affairs, and then the boss ambassador from Spain and from Pakistan is going to work to make possible bilateral, the meetings in between companies from each country. In what areas? You said one, agriculture. and only then. But then
There are other areas as well. There are other areas in which Spanish companies can come and invest in Pakistan.
contract.
Please highlight.
Engineering, construction, tourism. We are the first country in tourism, so I mean we can help each other much. That's why we were saying before that this is our first meeting here. During these 5 days we are going to be here, but we will meet together much more in the future.
Last, only a very large Pakistanis live in different cities of Spain. Your thoughts about Pakistani and Pakistani culture and food?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I mean, in Spain we have about 130,000 Pakistan people there living with us, and they are part of Spain, and they help Spain a lot. Working there. And let us know a little bit more about your culture. I love your gastronomy during these days. And your beautiful. Country, and I am my second day, so I hope when this 5 days finish, I get a little bit closer to you.
Thank you so much, Senator Antonio, for talking to Program Inside in V News English. Senator Vicente, and he's also a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the Senate of Spain. And another good thing is he has been a former journalist, very young parliamentarian, and very active and very hopeful about growing relations between Pakistan and Spain. First, your thoughts about your visit to Pakistan.
Well, it's been an amazing visiting. We are very glad to be here. We've been working in this delegation since a few months ago with the Pakistani ambassador in Madrid, and of course the Spanish ambassador here in Islamabad. And we're trying to have the best agenda, the best schedule for all these days. We've been here in Islamabad, and then we will go to Lahore also. And in the first 2 days, we are having a very interesting meetings. We've been talking with some of your ministries. We've been speaking a long time with your chairman of Senate. And of course, and all the senators.
Cabinet members you have
Yeah, very interesting, all of them.
So since you're part of the Senate Foreign Affairs Committee, Foreign Affairs Committees are usually concerned about issues in the world, conflict, war. And currently, if we see there is a conflict in Gaza, people are being killed. Spain is the first country which recognized Palestine and touched the hearts of the people of Palestine. What are your hopes about peace and ceasefire in Gaza?
Well, it's very important that we all work together, trying to find as soon as possible the peace in all the region. It's very important for everybody to be as more quiet as they can, trying to dialogue, to speak between each other, and try to find the best solution for all the parts. Everything started with a horrible terrorist attack 1 year ago in Israel. Then they tried to answer along all of this year with other countries,
civilians.
Yeah, with other countries very concerned in all of this. But I think maybe they can be seated in a table and try to find the peace. This is the most important right now for all the countries. I think all the people in the world is concerned and committed in this target.
Muslims and the Christians have very good relation. They have very good understanding, and they live together for centuries. But unfortunately, if we over the last many years, there is rising Islamophobia in Europe. So how this Islamophobia could be overcome, and how further understandings could be developed between Muslims and Christians?
Well, this Islamophobia, maybe it comes from some years very difficult to understand some decisions, maybe next to the terrorism, and maybe with not the best communication to explain everything they were trying to do, not with the terrorism, okay? But I'm speaking about some countries without terrorism that they will they are trying to do the best for their countries, but maybe we don't understand everything. As you know, I came from a region in Spain called Andalusia, and
which is a Muslim culture and history.
of course, and exactly from Granada, as you said, my city, and we were the major city in Al-Andalus and the Muslim culture in Spain, and we are very proud of this past. So I don't like the Islamophobia. I think the problem right now in our world is that we have information from all about the world, and sometimes we have Islamophobia, other time we hate Christians, and other time we hate people from Israel. So I think we have to be together trying to find the peace for everybody.
So do you still believe that people believe on parliament, people believe on democracy, that democracy and parliament is solution to the problems of the people everywhere in the world, being a parliamentarian?
Yeah, of course. We believe in democracy, and of course you have here in Pakistan a young but a strong democracy. It's very similar than our democracy in Spain. As you know, we came from a dictator a few decades ago. So we have a young but very strong democracy, and we have to work together in a future without war, without battles between countries, and of course the answer of everything is democracy and the civil rights.
Last question, how do you think that people to people and parliament to parliament relations between Spain and Pakistan could be promoted? How?
As you know, it's an honor for us to be the first Spanish parliamentary here, and we hope it won't be the last one. We have to work in this parliamentary relationship because sometimes it's not easy to find the connection between governments, because sometimes one government is on the left side of the table and the other one is on the right side, or maybe they are looking to other parts of the world. But if we mix some parliamentaries, we come to this country, for example, and we can open gates, we can connect people trying to find the best solution for their countries. And I think this parliamentary diplomacy could be very interesting for both countries.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Senator Wednesday. He said parliamentary diplomacy is very, very important and needs to be promoted. He also raised his voice for the Palestinian people, and he said the urgent need is the ceasefire and the peace. And with this, thank you so much for speaking to Program Inside in V News English. Until our next program, goodbye.